This just in. As a small service business owner, you have probably experienced a mild cold sweat when opening your monthly software bills. Maybe you completely forgot to cancel a 14-day free trial, or perhaps a rogue employee accidentally added a premium seat to your CRM. But I can almost guarantee you have never felt the icy, soul-crushing terror experienced by the CFO who recently opened a vendor invoice and discovered their company had accidentally blown $500 million on an AI chatbot in exactly 30 days. Yes, you heard that correctly. $500 million was completely vaporized into digital tokens simply because nobody bothered to put a cap on how much artificial intelligence their employees could consume. The corporate obsession with generative AI is finally colliding headfirst with the brutal, unforgiving reality of actual economics. As a StoryBrand certified guide, I am constantly trying to warn business owners that treating AI as a magical, cost-free panacea is a recipe for absolute financial ruin. The massive tech monopolies that built these systems are currently bleeding tens of billions of dollars, and they are desperately trying to figure out how to pass that astronomical cost directly onto you without causing a total market revolt. So let's rip apart the spectacular meltdown of the AI pricing model, explore why the executives at OpenAI are actively panicking behind closed doors, and discuss how you can use undeniable human strategy to survive the impending era of automated corporate extortion. By the way, if you're new here, I'm Vicky Sidler, a StoryBrand certified guide and duct tape marketing strategist from the Strategic Marketing Tribe. I help small business owners like you build failure-proof marketing by focusing on the exact 20% of effort that drives 80% of the results. All so that your marketing stops feeling like a miserable second job you never asked for. But let's be honest, if your messaging is confusing or tries to say everything at once, your ideal clients will instantly ignore you. That's what my 5-minute marketing fix was built to solve. Stop losing sales. Download the fix now. You can get it for free in the description below, or you can go to strategicmarketingtribe.com/fix. Okay, now with all of that out of the way, how does a company accidentally burn $500 million in 30 days? You might naturally assume that it is physically impossible to accidentally spend the gross domestic product of a small island nation on a digital chatbot. But corporate negligence knows absolutely no bounds. According to a deeply alarming report by Victor Tangeman at Futurism, an AI consultant revealed that one of their corporate clients rolled out Anthropic's Claude platform broadly across its entire workforce. However, they entirely failed to implement basic spending controls. Employees were granted unrestricted access with no meaningful usage caps, no budget limits, and zero automated alerts to warn executives that the financial dam was breaking. Because advanced agentic workflows consume massively more computing power than simple prompts, the cost escalated at a horrifying speed. Thousands of employees simultaneously deployed the expensive AI to process massive data sets and manage multi-step tasks, resulting in a $500 million invoice that likely caused an entire accounting department to collectively pass out. But why are the golden boys of tech suddenly bleeding cash? If you think tech monopolies are laughing all the way to the bank, you need to look at the sheer panic currently gripping their boardrooms. AI companies have been bleeding tens of billions of dollars as the staggering costs for global data center construction projects relentlessly mount. The astronomical capital expenditures required to keep these servers running are finally starting to trickle down to the users, and corporations are fiercely recoiling. As the Wall Street Journal reports, executives at OpenAI are currently pondering whether to kick off a brutal price war with their biggest competitor, Anthropic. OpenAI CEO Sam Altman even admitted at a recent event that pricing has violently shifted from a non-issue into a massive, unavoidable headache. Both OpenAI and Anthropic have confidently filed for an IPO within the last 10 days, meaning they desperately need to show investors a viable path to profitability. Instead, they are actively scaring away new users with soaring prices, while simultaneously destroying their own profit margins in a desperate bid to steal market share. And that brings us to a fascinating question. Are your employees token maxing just to look busy? The absolute darkest comedy of this entire financial disaster is looking closely at what these employees are actually doing with $500 million of computing power. You might hope that they are curing rare diseases or optimizing global supply chains, but the reality is deeply pathetic. The incident highlighted a growing toxic workplace phenomenon known as token maxing. Instead of focusing on actual productivity improvements, employees are attempting to maximize their token consumption just to hit arbitrary internal corporate targets. One chief technology officer admitted that his staff was using massively expensive AI models to literally check the weather, a task that requires exactly zero artificial intelligence to accomplish. When you force your workforce to embrace automated slop without a clear strategy, they will gleefully use your corporate credit card to ask a supercomputer if they need to bring an umbrella to the office. But now, how do you escape the trap of automated extortion? If your entire business model relies on renting intelligence from a desperate tech monopoly that is currently bleeding billions of dollars, you are building your castle on quicksand. You must realize that the ultimate competitive advantage in the modern economy is the undeniable emotional signal of real, highly disciplined human effort. You do not need to spend thousands of dollars on complex, hallucinating chatbots to prove your worth to your audience. The market is aggressively rejecting bloated AI budgets and desperate tech gimmicks in favor of crystal clear communication and authentic connection. You need a clear structural foundation to secure your brand identity before the AI price war completely bankrupts your operation. So get my 5-minute marketing fix. This rapid diagnostic tool uses your actual human brain to craft a crystal clear story brand one-liner. It gives you a standardized, reliable framework to align your message with total authenticity. Remember that you cannot prompt your way to customer trust. So prove to your buyers that you are a fiercely consistent, highly visible human guide who actually puts in the efforts to solve their problem without relying on a ridiculously expensive crutch. Stop setting your budget on fire. Download the fix now. You can get it for free in the description below, or you can go to strategicmarketingtribe.com/fix. But what about you? What is the most spectacularly terrifying, unexpected software bull you've ever heard of? I'll go first. A software engineering team famously managed to rack up a massive $475,000 Google Cloud bill in just 4 days. The cause? A simple automated function failed and the code was written to send an error notification to Slack. But the Slack integration also failed, triggering another error notification, creating an endless automated loop that burned through nearly $500,000 of computing power before IT finally noticed. Okay, your turn. What's the worst you've heard of? Let me know in the comments. And by the way, if you liked this video, you might like this one too. It's about Microsoft's leaked AI documents and why addiction is now their official strategy. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.